Good evening, Toastmaster and below Toastmasters in our president. I would like to welcome you all for the 327th meeting of Kera Toastmaster. Before we proceed the meeting, I would like to request everyone to turn off their mobile phones, check for internet connections, audio, camera angle, and background noise. Kindly place yourself on mute until your turn to speak. Kindly avoid the topics about sex, religion, and politics. For benefits of member and guest, I would like to read the club mission statement. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. I count the ballots for the categories we will vote on. For this meeting, you will find it as pop-up during the call for vote. Now, I will hand over the podium to Toastmaster in our president.
Thank you, Surgeon at Arms Toastmaster Paul Chami, for reading out the mission of the club. I was just talking to Toastmaster Sunil. He is outside, but he will join, and I think he is the evaluator, but he'll be a bit late. So let's expect him to join before the speech starts. Toastmaster of the day should take a note of that. So the first speech and the evaluation should be mine, so that Sunil has some time to come in. Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'll tell a very small story. It's about 4 candles. 4 candles were lit in a room. The first candle told, "I am peace." But today, in today's world, there is a lot of catastrophe and fighting, war, all those things. So nobody needs me. Saying that 4th candle got extinguished. The second candle said, "I am trust." But there is no trust in today's world. People don't trust one another. There's no need for me. Saying that the second candle also got extinguished. And third candle said, "I'm love." But today I can see people are not loving each other. They are busy with so many other things. There's no time for me, so I'm not important. Saying that the third candle also got extinguished. Then suddenly a small boy came inside and said, looked at these candles, and he found that these candles all got extinguished before it burned to its full length. He asked, why you all got extinguished? Why you all got extinguished before burning to the end? And the 4th candle said, "Don't worry, child. I am hope, and I'm still there, so you can light the other candles with the help of me." And he lit the other candles. So the moral of the story is that even if you lose trust, love, or power, still if you have hope, that is enough for the world to survive. So as Toastmasters, we all can hope for having the best to come, to have a successful Toastmastering life. Before I move on to the guest, I'll declare this 327 meeting open. Now, I can see one Ajish. I think he's a guest. Last meeting, we had Manjush and Densil. They introduced themselves. So Ajish, will it be convenient for you to introduce yourself? If you are okay, you can introduce yourself now, or else if you want to do it later also, you can do that too. If you're okay, then please unmute and speak like from your full name, from where you are, which company you are working, who introduced you to Toastmasters. Toastmaster Ajish.
Hi everyone, my name is Ajish Muhammad. I'm working in Etimoth Group as network engineer. I came to know about this group by Diju and Shibu Thomas. We are working on the same company. This is the first meeting. Just that I'm not that much familiar with this meeting. So I'm just as a guest, I'm just watching what is happening. I hope it will be an interesting for me and I can contribute to the group. That's it.
Thank you, Ajish, for introducing yourself. We hope this meeting will definitely change your perspective about Toastmasters, and you will definitely, we can assure that you will be having a wonderful session today. We have some eminent Toastmasters. So please give me a big round of applause.
Thank you all. Thanks for welcoming me to the group.
Now, Manjush, Densil, you introduced last time. So what normally we do is that towards the end of the meeting, we'll ask for a feedback, how you feel about this thing. So please participate in the meeting with full attention and energy so that you can give a positive or negative feedback at the end, which will benefit all of us. Now we have Toastmaster Diju Thomas. You all know Toastmaster Diju Thomas for the past many years, and he was the backbone of our club in many ways. He was our VP PR for the last year, and he is continuing for this year as well. And you know that we got a lot of accolades from all other Toastmastering club because of his active contribution to the PR and the networking. He has posted so many videos in LinkedIn, which is giving us a lot of good positive reviews and feedback from Toastmasters and other members as well. And it has given a visibility to our club. And when it comes to becoming the Toastmaster of the day, he never hesitates to take the role. And I'm sure we will be having a very wonderful meeting today with Toastmaster Diju as the Toastmaster of the day. Let us give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Diju to take over the podium. Toastmaster Diju, the podium is yours.
Thank you, President Shibu, for those kind words. So you all know the theme, right? The theme is Eureka. And I'm pretty sure every one of you know the story of also about Eureka. We all heard it several times. But let's try to remember the story once again. This story is said to have happened in 300 BC. That was around 2,300 years ago, if we consider from our time. It happened in a city called Syracuse. It's somewhere in modern Sicily. King Hero II was ruling the land at that time. And towards the story, the king had a problem, and it was nagging him for some days. He got a crown, you know, the king's crown. He got a crown, brand new. His goldsmith made it for him. But he was not sure about the authenticity of this crown. He was not sure whether this crown is made purely out of gold or any cheap metals were added to this. Those are the days, remember, those are the days when there was no certification body existed to certify this gold is pure and everything. This happened very recently, right? So you can understand his dilemma. How can he make sure the crown is full of gold? He thought about this problem for some days. So any problem requires some thinking. A good thought is the first step to a problem. And a fine good evening like this one also deserves a good thought. And this good thought will be presented by Toastmaster Palichami. Palichami is the execution leader of Etimad. He is also the sergeant at arms of Kera Toastmasters. Let me invite Toastmaster Palichami to give us the thought of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shibu. And once again, very warm good evening about all our Toastmasters and guests also. Today, that thought of evening, I will start with a small story. Finally, I will say, I will conclude that thought of evening. Once upon a time, Putta was traveled with his followers. While they are traveling, they are passing one lake. That time, Putta asked one Isabel, please, I am thirsty. Please give me some water. Then one of Isabel, he went to lake. He tried to collect water. Same time, suddenly one coconut falling from that coconut tree. That result, that lake all with dirty and all come out with mud. That disabled shock, how can I give this water to drink Buddha? Then he went back to Buddha. He said, Buddha, that water was mud, not possible to drink. Then Buddha said, wait half an hour, then he will go and check. After half an hour, the disabled went again. He looked at water, same dirty and with mud. Then he come back to Buddha. He said, Buddha, still this water is not clear. Then Buddha said, after 1 hour, again you have to go there and check like that. Then the disabled went again. He was happy because the water was very pure and clean. Then he poured some water from that pot. He brought to Buddha. Then Buddha looked at water is very clean and it's possible to drink. So he looked at disabled. He said, what you did for to clear this water? Nothing. Because you let it be settle in one the mud, small give the time. So same like in our mind, once somebody disturb you or you get some mental disturbance and something, you don't need to do any hard job to come down. Just give little time to settle in one. It is peaceful mind for hours. But having some peace of mind, there is not a hard job, but that is a process of aboutless. So same, you have to treat everyone politely and kindly because of why those who root you and hurt you because of they are not nice, but you are nice. So I will conclude that meeting. If you want to clear your mind, give it little time to settle it one. Okay, now I will hand over the podium to Toastmaster of the day, Biju.
Thank you, Toastmaster Palichami. It was for a fine, wonderful thought of the evening. Let's all give a round of applause to Toastmaster Palichami for that. Now we are blessed. Our evening is blessed with our area director. Is here with her presence. So let me pass over the podium to our president to invite and introduce our area director. Over to you, Toastmaster Shibu.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening, Madam Toastmaster Lissy. We are really privileged to have you with us today in this meeting. Hopefully, you can see a very exciting meeting today. If you have to say anything, you can take a minute for that, or else you can wait till the end for you to hear from you.
Okay. I will take few minutes. First of all, to congratulate the club for taking part at the club level and then coming to the area level. It was a great achievement that we could have members from the club to participate at the area level. And the next thing is that best wishes for those. I think no one from your club is going to the area level, but anyhow, we want all the members to please attend our division contest, which will be coming Sunday on 12th of March at 9 a.m. So all members are welcome. It is a learning. So all are welcome to come and learn, experience. It's a real great experience. Even new members join in, you will learn. It is a learning for us. And just a reminder that we need to renew our membership for April to July. So please hurry up. By 15th March, we should have at least 10 members completing registration. If all can do, a thumbs up for the team. Yes, so please put your hats together and work so that we can move forward. And wishing you all a very good meeting today. Over to you, Toastmaster Shibu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lizzie Shingar, for that wonderful words. We are happy to hear from you that our participation has really helped the area contest. And I was actually lucky to be a part of that committee, to the contest team, but as a tally counter. And to be honest, I really learned a lot from that. Before that, I never volunteered a position in the area contest. And also I encourage all the Toastmasters to attend the division contest. And also I have seen this DTAC form is out there, which you can use to fill if you wish to participate in for any roles. And I'm sure you will really benefit from that. Well, I'll take a few seconds more, Toastmaster Diju. I'm really glad to see our past president, Toastmaster Vimalan, here on this meeting. He has joined us from Canada. Give him a big round of applause, please.
Thank you, everyone.
Welcome, Toastmaster Vimalan. Once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster.
Welcome back.
Good to see you, Vimal.
Thank you.
So Vimalan is in Canada Toastmasters Club.
Actually, like
I remember him as a participant.
Yeah, I'm en route to setting a corporate club within our company.
Oh, wow,
So
that's nice.
now I'm preparing the slides for that.
Okay.
All right.
All the best.
Okay. All the best, Toastmaster Vimalan. I would like to hand over the podium to Toastmaster Riju because we want to finish it on time.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shibu, and it gives me great pleasure to see our area director as well as Toastmaster Vimalan, our past president, in this session. I'm very glad. Thank you all. And let's move on with our thought. We had a great thought delivered by Toastmaster Palichami. And we all know thoughts are made up of words. So let's have a word that will complement the thought we just heard. For that, let me invite Toastmaster Faisal Rahman. Toastmaster Faisal Rahman is working as a material planner in ADNOC. He is also our VP Education. Over to you, Toastmaster Faisal.
Yeah, good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters. My role is to introduce a new word and give the meaning and encourage the members to use this word over the program. And at the end of the meeting, I will present the usage of the word. So the word is, I'll just share my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah. So even I put in my background as well for to make people remind use this. The word is assiduous. You can say S means if you have to stress on the S. Assiduous. It's meaning that showing hard work and care, and you are doing the things in very detailed. Some example was given that they were assiduous in their research for all the latest facts and figures. The project requires some assiduous planning. It's assiduous preparation board success in exam. If you plan assiduously, means carefully and detailed, very attentive, you will get a positive return. So I encourage everyone to use this word all over the program. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal, for that wonderful word. I recommend everyone to use the word assiduous. Maybe I should improve the pronunciation. I recommend everyone to use the
Not say assiduous.
assiduous. Okay.
Assiduous.
One of the important
Assiduous.
thank you. One of the important thing here, or one of the thing which I admire most in this club is we have this special attention to the pronunciation, and that is thanks to that Toastmaster Joes, who gave us a great class and who attended and who benefited from that. And let's get back to the business. Let's get back to our problem. Not our problem, actually, the king's problem. So what was the problem? King Hero II wanted to make sure his golden crown is perfect without any flaws. He was the boss of the land. This is his problem. So what do bosses do when they have a problem? I know you all are from corporate environment. So when bosses have a problem, they assign it. So any problem or task needs an assignment. Our Toastmaster meetings are also conducted with assignments, or rather, we call it as roles. So let's get to know each of the role players for this meeting. So let's start with our role, grammarian and accounter, which will be done by Toastmaster Abu in Etiman, relatively new member, but he's contributing very much to this club. So let's give a great applause to Toastmaster Abu Bakr. Toastmaster Abu Bakr, the podium is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Biju. Warm good evening for the Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters,
Good evening.
Director and Vimalan. Once again, welcome you on behalf of our Toastmaster Club. Today, my role is grammarian. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day and report the usage of word count for word or the day with correction for grammar. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day, Diju.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abu Bakr. Toastmaster Abu Bakr, you have one more role, which is accounter. And can you explain that role also, please?
Yes. Once again, warm good evening for the Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and sorry, as well as the guest. Accounter. The purpose of the accounter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I listen to overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I'll report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you. The podium is yours, Toastmaster of the day, Diju.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abu Bakr. So, time management, that is very important for Toastmasters. And Toastmaster organization gives an opportunity to control our time, especially to conduct the meetings, conclude the meeting, start the meeting on time, and each session. For that, we have a role called a timer. And this role will be handled by Toastmaster Faisal Rahman today. And we already know Faisal Rahman from the word of the evening. So let me invite Toastmaster Faisal to explain all timer role.
Once again, good evening. As a timer, I will time the prepared speeches, table topic speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, amber, green, yellow, and red cards or screenshots, which shows this algorithm. What is that? How much time they have consumed and how much time they have left.
Thank
Over
you.
to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal. So every meeting need to be evaluated, and we have our evaluation session evaluator here, that is Toastmaster Pradeep. Toastmaster Pradeep is a veteran Toastmaster from this Kera Toastmasters, was from the beginning. So let me invite Toastmaster Pradeep to give us the details of the role.
Area Director Toastmaster Lissy, President Toastmaster Shibu, Toastmaster of the Day Toastmaster Diju, fellow Toastmasters, warm good evening.
Warm good evening.
The purpose of general evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes on everything that happens and doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Diju Thomas.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pradeep. So one of the important things we need to do is listening. So to improve our listening skills, there is a session called Listening Master. There is a role called Listening Master. So today it is again handled by Toastmaster Abubakar. So let me invite Toastmaster Abubakar to explain the role.
Once again, warm good evening to Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Today, my role is Quizmaster or Listening Masters. The role of Quizmaster is to test your listening skills during the meeting, and I shall be asking questions from all that you heard during the meeting. Precisely from President Address, Thought of the Evening, Wordmasters, Speakers, Evaluator, and Table Topics. The podium is yours, Toastmaster of the Day, Diju. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abubakar. Now these are the established roles of the in front of the scenes. Like in the movie, we can see the actors, but there is a behind the scene roles as well. So in this case, we have Zoom masters. We have two Zoom masters today. One is President Toastmaster Shibu Varghese and Toastmaster Faisal, our VP Education. Now let's get back to our problem. Okay, let's get back to Syracuse, back to King Hero II. He is sitting at his throne on his royal court. All the courtiers are sitting there. I'm sure we can find a resemblance here on a corporate meeting. The boss is sitting at the one end and subordinates like us sitting on other chairs. King has already presented his problem. He's looking for someone who can solve his problem, to find out the originality of his crown, find a way to find. He's looking for someone who can do the quality check on his crown. He scanned all the courtiers. When the boss scans the subordinates in the meeting room, what happens? If you are in the room, what you will do? You will stand up and say, "Give me the task, I will do it, sir," right? Not me. I will cringe away. I will move away. Don't look at me. I give it to somebody else. Because for me, I'm in my comfort zone. I don't want to break this. But without breaking our comfort zone, we cannot win in life. Only people who break their comfort zone can succeed. So here, today we have two speakers who are ready to break their comfort zones and came prepared with great speeches. So let's listen to that. So before that, let me invite the timer to give the timing rules for both these speeches together. Toastmaster Abubakar.
Yeah, good evening. The timer rules
Oh,
the
sorry.
total. Yeah, the total time allocated for the speeches are 7. When the time reaches 5 o'clock, that means 5 minutes. Moment. I'll show green background. When the time reaches 6 minutes, I will show yellow. And when time reaches 7 minutes, I'll show the red background. This red background will stay for till the speaker complete his speech. So
Thank
this
you.
is clear. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal. Apologies for wrong spelling.
No.
And the first speaker we have here, Toastmaster Abdur Rahman. And the Toastmaster Abdur Rahman will be evaluated by Toastmaster Shibu Orkis. So let me invite Toastmaster Shibu to give the narrate the objective of this speech to Toastmaster Abdur Rahman.
Good evening once again, Toastmasters, and Toastmaster Abdul Rahman in particular. Toastmaster Abdul Rahman, this is your level 2 speech 2, understanding your communication styles. And there are 2 objectives for the speech. The first one is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. And second purpose is to share the impact of his style on others. Wishing you good luck, Toastmaster Abdur Rahman. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdur Rahman. The podium is yours.
Hello, Toastmasters. Toastmaster of the day. A warm good evening to you all. Today, I'm here to speak about communication style. Did you notice what I did before I start the speech? Anyone? Maybe I have done something. So that means the communication doesn't mean the words or symbols. Communication can do any way. Communication is important in our life. How much important it is? The communication styles help us to explain our inner feeling or our ideas to the opposite person who is face you. During my childhood, or when I was young, during my graduation that time, I was a very shy person. I found difficulty to express my ideas in front of others because of nervousness. When I meet the people, in the back end, I will get a lot of questions. If I go to any office to meet someone, I'm afraid to go inside. So I realized that there is something lagging behind me. So I have to work on it. The communication will helpful to express yourself. If you are not able to sell yourself, express yourself, there is some fault behind us. So I worked behind this. I attended a small meeting in between our village itself, and we had a club. We started speak in front of this small audience, and this way we gradually prepare, we enhance how we will deliver our ideas to others. But later I came to know that other than there is something we have to express ourselves. The communication is a vast area. So let me see what are the types of communication available. We can see simply we can say the direct communication. The direct means whatever you want to say, directly say. You have to up to the point. No need to be around. So we have to be explained immediately about what is the direct communication. But the other side, initiative, it's something social and something do something for the society or something initiatively we are communicating with others. So the other one is supportive. Supportive in the sense we have to care or we have to to be patient, more patient to do the communicate with others. And the last one is the analytical. So analyze with the help of chart or something, we have to explain about our ideas. But apart from that, we know, as a person, I know where I am lagging. I can work on it. Did you think the person, or we will think like if you are speaking with someone who is working with you, easily identify how he is going to speak with us. But it's quite difficult. We are going to meet a person from outside your circle. If you are going to meet him the first time, how you will analyze? The communication will be helpful if you know the person, how he is going to be communicate with you. Other than whatever we did, I believe the communication will be soundful when the both communicators are synced together. So I realized that I started noticing the people wherever I go. So how we will meet the people and what type of communicator he is. So this is the very important things in our life to get an idea about the person who is standing in front of us. The things happened when I was working in Bangalore. The same thing happened. That time I was a little lag with language and all. That time I was working in a marketing company. We were work together. So with one of my friends. So the friend is good in communication, and I have the information about the product. So we both together market our product. Unfortunately, that day, the day came and we were going to meet one of the principals. So before we go, my friend got an interview call. He left in between. I was alone. So that was the first day I realized that where we have to work, how we will judge the people. But and for I had a tough time that time. So I have the product knowledge, but the communication skill was lacking. So I was judging the principal and the team, and at last I able to sell my product. That is my the first achievement I have done during that sales. So from there, I came to know that we have to judge the people who is in front of us. So based on that, we have to mold our communication styles and approach the people, achieve something in our life. That's what, when I came to here in UAE, I was searching where we can go and finally end up with the Toastmaster Club. The Toastmaster always help us to achieve something, enhance our communication and collaborative skill. So I'm here to communicate with you guys. And also I have to enhance my communication styles. So thank you. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Wonderful speech, Toastmaster Abdul Rahman. We all had a good time knowing about different communication styles. And we have the next speaker coming up, that is Toastmaster Raju Maharolia. And Toastmaster Raju's speech is evaluated by our veteran Toastmaster, Toastmaster Sunil. So may I request Toastmaster Sunil to give the objective for Toastmaster Raju for his speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Sunil.
Respected President, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Respected President, Area Director, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, and Toastmaster Raju Megrolia in particular. A warm good evening to one and all.
Good evening.
The project by Raju Megrolia, the objective for today's speech, the project is actually connect with your audience. The objectives is, the purpose of the project is for the member to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. That's what our core aim of Toastmastering also. We have to come out from the comfortable zone. So he has to practice his skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. Allotted time 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Raju Megrolia.
All right, Toastmaster Raju, the podium is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Raju. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Einstein, myself, you. We all have a common thing with the equal amount. Do you know what is that? Can anybody want to answer? Do you want to answer, anybody?
Right.
No? Don't think about money, huh? We don't have this one equally.
Brain heads.
Black hair.
Like, yeah, maybe they have the white also. Okay, I'm giving you one clue that if we utilize this item, if we utilize this important thing in our life in a proper way, then we can change our life in a miracle. You know, we can make our life in a miracle. Anybody want to answer still? No?
Right.
Thinking. Let me answer it. It is none other than the most essential part of the life, which is time, the clock. So, Toastmaster of the day, Area Director, the leader of the future, my dear three guests, Toastmaster Denzel, Aziz, Toastmaster Manjush. A very good evening to all of you, and special good evening to Toastmaster Sunil, who is evaluating me today.
Good evening.
Ting, ting. Oh, I got a notification from PUBG. 1 hour, they are giving free play. Okay, let me start the speech. Ting, again one notification. Russia is having a secret deal with someone about Ukraine. Ting, 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 ting. Full day we are hearing it. And such kind of this notification, which destroy our peace of the mind and taking our important thing, which is time. You know all that time is most essential part of our life. And if it wasted, we cannot get it back even a second if we want to spend a million on it. The average human attention span reduced from 12 seconds to 8 seconds if we compare to 2000 to 2020. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? We even can't pay attention for 8 seconds even as an average. The scientists claim that the goldfish have the attention span of 8 seconds. So now, as a human, now we are competing with the goldfish now. There was a time in the previous time when our concentration was more, when the mobile was not invented. The recently studies say the human, after the invention of the mobile, are suffering from ADHD. What is ADHD? This is the attention deficient hyperactive disorder. We all are losing our control on our brain. For example, if I say, yesterday, I was in my free time, I was looking for the some item on my laptop regarding the public speaking. So I was doing it since more time, for a long time. And my wife came after 1 hour, and I came to know I was not doing that. My mind, due to the notification, due to something, pop up, I was clicking and I went to some other videos, which was not related to me. So see, this happened when we don't concentrate on our goals. How many of you have experienced the same? I experienced it. Have you experienced the same? Anyone? Okay, if you didn't experience, very good. And if you experience, then I'm not the alone. We have some special people with me. The good news is that we have some trick how to avoid this kind of problem. So the first trick is be very specific. What are you reading and where you are focusing? Then second thing, don't be involved in the things which are not relevant to you. So if something which is not relevant to me, relevant to my business, I will not focus on that. I have to delete that picture, videos, or which are not relevant to me, or directly where I am not feeling the interest. So just delete it. The third, which is most important as per me, multitasking. Stop believing the multitasking. So what is multitasking? It is a biggest myth of this era. Many of you maybe not agree with me. Maybe you are thinking multitask is good. So let me prove it. So I need your contribution, everybody. Please raise your one hand and do one experiment with me. Try to make 5. Try to make 5. Again. So you are thinking you are winning. You are making 5. Okay, don't stop it. Raise your second hand and start making 8 parallel to that. No, I cannot do. So I believe nobody of you can do it. But if you can do it, then today we got our second Einstein in the Kera group. If you can do it. The other example of multitasking, people are using mobile, they are watching the videos and they are walking, and someone is falling down in the pit, in the excavation. The people are watching the video and they are striking with the pole, walking on the street. The people, they are calling someone and driving, they are hitting, they are making big collision and accidents. So as per UA law also, as per everybody, as per all countries, the drive and phone means the distraction is not allowed. So this is, multitasking is not good if you want to concentrate on anything. The fourth thing is start doing exercise and start little meditation. The exercise time I cannot make it specific. You can choose by yourself as per your health. 30 minutes, 1 hour, 20 minutes, little meditation, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you want. So with this all things, with the problem, with the solution, I have put in front of you. Now this is your time to decide. From my side, I would like to say time is very precious to us. If we spend it, we cannot buy it back even after paying the lot of money. So please use it properly toward achieving your goals. And if you do it, you will be living a healthy life with the deep concentration, and you will not feel ADHD. Thank you very much.
Wow. Once again, good evening, everyone. We had
Good evening.
wonderful speech and about time management, how to manage with great useful tips. And these are the takeaway things from a Toastmaster meeting, whether it's a speech or any other thing. And before we proceed, let me ask for the timers report for both these speeches.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, good evening. Toastmaster Abdulrahman took 7 minutes 10 seconds, and Toastmaster Raju took 7 minutes 23 seconds. As per those, both are qualified to work.
Wonderful. All right, so let's back to King Hero, back to Syracuse. So in his royal court, we were talking about his problem. In his royal court, he was looking at the people and, okay, I got it. He was looking at his courtiers. He was looking for someone to, was looking for his courtiers, someone to find a solution to his problem. And he found his victim, that was Archimedes. King looked at Archimedes and told him to find a solution. So what can Archimedes do? He understands this is as an impossible task, but how can he refuse? This is his boss giving the assignment. He went home. When you get a new assignment or new task, that too a difficult one, how will you feel? You'll be very happy, right? For me, I'll be very much worried. Everyday tasks, routines, it's in my comfort zone. I'm happy with that. But anything outside, I'll start freaking. Sometime back, I still remember, if someone asked me to give or talk in a meeting room, I'll be panicking. And forget about the interviews, those were disasters for me. Until I found the Toastmasters meeting. And Toastmasters give us a chance to get rid of our fear for going out of our comfort zone. And there is a great program for that, or a great session in our meetings to improve our skills in impromptu speaking, thinking on our feet. And that is the most vibrant session in a Toastmaster meeting. And that is table topic session. And today's table topic session will be conducted by Toastmaster Jagan. Although a new Toastmaster Jagan is doing a wonderful job with the Kera Toastmasters. And Jagan is working as a senior electrical engineer in Etimad. So let me invite Toastmaster Jagan to conduct the table topic session. Toastmaster Jagan, the podium is yours.
Thank you very much, our assiduous TMOD Diju, and good evening to everyone. Today, I'm going to conduct a table topic session. And when I was just checking about the table topics for some few topics in Google, it was saying that someone said tables topics as a terrific topics. But I would like to say that the purpose of this table topic session is to mainly to enhance your communication skills during an interview or a small talk in office or a presentation, and the way of your behavior. And today's table topic, we will focus mainly on time management. So before that, I would like to call our timer, Toastmaster Faisal, to explain about the rules for timing. Toastmaster Faisal Rahman.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. The total allocated time for a tabletop speech is 2 minutes. When it reaches the 1 minute, I will show green background. When the speech reaches 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will show the yellow. So once the elapsed time is crossed, that means 2 minutes, I will show the red card, I mean red background. It will remain till the speech is completed. Over to you, tabletop.
Sorry, unfortunately, the screen sharing is not working for me.
That's fine if you.
Okay, that's fine. So I would like to invite someone and to select the number from 1 to 7. Anybody? Abu Bakar, Raju.
I can select. Let's
Sorry?
start with 5.
Okay. Ari, can you please arrange in order of priority time, health, money, and knowledge? Can you please Arrange in order of priority: time, health, money, and knowledge.
Once again, warm good evening for the Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and the beloved guest. Yeah, that was a great question. Can I prioritize the order in terms of time, health, money, and other things? For in our every day-to-day life, the time is the most important thing. How I am saying it is, when you want to have a go for office, you just planned it and you wake up and keep an alarm and waking up at the correct time so that you can plan for the next day, complete day to day activities. Second thing, yes, obviously the health is more important, because if you don't feel good or healthy, we cannot be focus oriented. And if you don't have not only the good health and as well as a good mindset, if you don't have it, you will be losing your planned activities. As I'm a planner, I'm just previously mentioning the planning things, because this everyone, not only me, everyone is a planner in our day to day in our life. The money, I can say, from my perspective, I can say I can keep it for the last, because money doesn't give always a happiness. And the third thing, sorry, yeah. So this is the way of prioritizing my things, like time, good health, money. Yeah, that's it. And with this, I conclude my speech, and the podium is yours, Jagan.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Now I would like to invite our immediate past president, Vimal. If you can. Vimal?
Seems he is not available.
Okay, fine. No,
Vimalan,
Sorry,
Vimalan,
you
I
can
think he's there.
repeat the
He's
question.
there.
I was in the middle of a meeting.
yeah, Vimal, if you can.
Yes, could you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, please select numbers from 1 to 7. 5 is already chosen.
Mm-hmm. So, 3.
Okay, that's a very nice. Are you a morning person or a night person?
Okay. So, good evening, table topic master, fellow Toastmasters, and the area director. I am a night person. So, right from the childhood and even till now, I have been a night person, and I kind of like to be a night person, and I'm not a morning person at all. The reason is it's all about our comforts and how we view the time. For some, they will wake up early and they will do their regular chores and they will sleep early. And for some, like me, I wake up late, I extend my day, and I finish late. So ultimately, whether it's a morning person or it's a night person, it's how effectively and how efficiently you are able to manage your time. And like there might be particular tasks that you're intended to do, whether you're doing it in the morning or whether you're extending over the night, irrespective. Uh, it really doesn't matter whether you're a morning person or a night person, but biologically, it's always advised to be a morning person, because like there are certain chemical reactions and the enzymes that produces in the body, which also navigates along with the clock of the nature when your sun rises and sunsets. That's what most of the doctors and the physicians recommend. But I choose to be a night person because it gives me a great flexibility in terms of extending my time. I don't need to restrict myself with any specific time. If I want, I need to extend like 11 p.m. or right through the night till 2 a.m. as well. If I want to complete a task, I have the flexibility to extend even until the next day morning. Whereas if I wake up early in the morning and if I'm not able to complete a certain task, uh, most of the things will be flowing into a normal phase. Like I should cut my task or I should cut something within 9 o'clock so that I need to start my work. So the flexibility seems to be an issue when I'm a morning person. So I prefer being a night person. Over to you, Toastmaster Jagan.
Thank you very much, Vimal. I also prefer to be a morning person, but unfortunately, we get time only in the night.
Exactly.
Manjush, Toastmaster Manjush, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you please select a number between 1, 2, 4, 6, 7?
2.
Really nice. Oh, sorry. If you had all the time in your world, what are the things you would like to spend on them?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. To answer this question, if I had all the time in the world, my first priority to spend will be with my family. My family comes first for me. So I would like to spend all my time or most of my time with my family. Then comes second will be to acquire knowledge, to gain as much as knowledge as possible until the time I exist. Third will be prioritizing my health so that I will get as much as time to survive. Then comes money. I will have to acquire money for my family, with which I can get enough time for my family. Through that, I can improve my knowledge and I can gain experience. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Manjush. And I would like to ask our Toastmaster President, Mr. Shibu Varghese, to, without a choice, to answer this question. How many extra hours do you need in a day and why?
Good evening, table topic master, area director, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And a very interesting question. How many extra hours do you need in a day? There was one time in my life that I believe time is not enough. I cannot finish my tasks on time. Even if I work like for 14 hours, 16 hours a day, I will not be finishing my tasks. Still, I have backlogs. I was stressed. And few years before, I realized that the problem is not with not having enough time, or if somebody grants me that wish to add more hours to every day, it is not going to solve my problem. Because the problem is not in having enough time, it's how do I manage my time. There was a time I worked 16 hours on the field for 7 days a week and 365 days a year. Still, I was not completing or not living up to the expectations. Now I'm working in a company where people are working for 7 hours in a day and 4.5 hours on Fridays. That means 30 2.5 hours a week, and still we were able to finish our job on time, run away from the desktop at 2:30 sharp, and have a lot of time to spend with my family. The only thing I changed is I started managing my time. Before, I was not doing that. I prioritized my tasks, and I realized that it is not important to complete everything on the same day. You can leave something for the next day as well. Nobody is going to kill you. You only need to make sure that you do the things as it is required on a priority basis. So I don't now vouch for having more hours on a day. Instead, I would like to have quality time every day on all the days. Over to you, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I will have one last topic. Toastmaster Ajish.
Yes.
Okay, can you please select a number between 147?
Jagan, this is the first day as a guest.
Okay, it's fine. If he's not comfortable, leave it. That's fine.
Please.
Denzel?
No, Denzel is not available, so leave it.
Okay, fine. So anybody else?
Toastmaster Lissy, you would like to take about table topic?
So, Toastmaster Lizzie,
Yes, I will take.
Okay, can you please select your choice 147?
4.
4. If time permitted, what are the things you would like to do before you die? If time permitted, what are the things you would like to do before you die?
If time permitted, I think the thing is everybody wants to complete everything possible. Like as a responsible mother, I would like to complete all my responsibilities that I have. As a person, I have certain ambitions in life which I would like to fulfill. So my ambition is to move around the world and see more places of interest to me. So that would be one thing. I love doing other things like reading, gardening. So I wish I have my own garden where I can grow a lot of flowers and fruits, vegetables for a healthy life. And as a mother, I would like to see that I fulfill my goals of seeing that my children are well settled. So these would be some of my things that I would like to fulfill. Apart from that would be how I would like to go out and help people and give my time to them whenever needed, wherever needed. That was also one way that I would like to spend my time before I die. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lizzie. That's it. But I would like to say that time management is very important in today's life. Unless you plan accordingly and have a break for each and everything, it is very hard to continue in your life. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Faizal Rahman for the timer reports.
Yeah, good evening once again. The first Toastmaster, the Toastmaster Abubakar took 1 minute 38 seconds. Toastmaster Vibran took 2 minutes 5 seconds. The Toastmaster Manjush took 1 minute 32 seconds. Toastmaster Shibu took 2 minutes 21 seconds. Toastmaster Lizzie took 1 minute and 43 seconds. All are qualified to vote as per them.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Faisal. Now I would like to hand over the podium to our TO Modi, Diju.
Thank you, Toastmasters Jagan. Once again, a warm good evening to all of you. It was a wonderful session, as I have said, which improved our impromptu speaking, and I am sure every one of us enjoyed this session. Now let's get back to the problem of Archimedes. Earlier, the problem was for King Hero, but as usual, our boss problem becomes our problem. So Archimedes, day and night, when he reached home, day and night, he was worried about how to solve this problem, how to verify the gold content of this king's crown. Then one day, he was taking a bath in his bathtub. He noticed when he got into the bathtub, some water, the water level raised and some water got out of the bathtub. And he realized immediately, here is my solution to the problem. He realized the displaced water is equivalent to the density of the immersed material. After realizing that, he could not control his joy. He ran out of the bathtub from his home all the way to the king's palace. And he didn't even think he was naked. And all the while he was saying, Eureka, Eureka. And what is the meaning of Eureka? Eureka means I have found it. And he was so ecstatic. At the palace, when he reached, he arranged for a water in a container. He immersed the crown and he measured the quantity of water which was displaced. And then he took an equal weighted gold and he put the same thing in the container and he measured again the water. So with comparing that, he could evaluate whether this gold, whether his crown, the king's crown, is actually full of gold or not. And this is how he found how to evaluate the golden crown of his king. Now, everything we do requires constant evaluation. That's how we continuously improve ourselves. So now we heard two beautiful speeches. Now it's time for us to evaluate those speeches. For that, let me evaluate the evaluators for that evaluation. Before that, let me invite Toastmaster Faisal to give the timing rules for the evaluation. Toastmaster Faisal.
Good evening once again. The total time allocated for this evaluation is 3 minutes. When it reaches 2 minutes, I will show my background as green. And when turned to the 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will show my background as yellow. When it reaches the allocated time, that is 3 minutes, my background will be changed to red. I will be stay forever until the evaluation completes. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal. So let me invite Toastmaster Shibu Varghese, our president of Kera Toastmasters, to evaluate Toastmaster Abdurrahman. Toastmaster Shibu, the podium is yours.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the Day, Area Director, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, and Toastmaster Abdurrahman in particular. Toastmaster Abdurrahman, you have delivered a very good speech, which fully accomplished the objectives of today's speech. Your speech was communication styles, and the requirements were to you to familiarize with the different types of communication and the impact of this communication style on your life. So you have narrated your shyness and all those things in your childhood days. Then you transformed your speech in a smooth way to introduce the different types of communication styles, which are direct, initiative, supportive, and analytical. You explained well how you have presented in small gatherings to improve your communication styles, to overcome your fear. And then you talked about a personal experience of this communication style where you have tried to market a product. Your speech was well composed, was relevant, but I would like to add a few points for your improvement. You had a fumble start, like you didn't look like very confident in the beginning. Also, we stress that many times that in an online meeting, the position of the camera is important. It would have been much better if you could have a full coverage of your room with you in full view. But in this particular case, only the upper portion of your body was visible and your hands were sometimes not even seen. So it's very important to have a proper view of your entire scenario, because you are not on a live stage where everybody can see you in. Then you have used a monotonous tone throughout the speech. Like, you could have used some voice modulation when you were talking about your shyness and all those things and how you overcame that. And also you didn't pace your speech in a proper or uniform way, which shows that you have a little bit lack of practicing. And you try to finish the speech in the end by rushing. So if you avoid all these things, it would have been a wonderful speech. You have a lot of things to improve, but you have done a lot in the past. So all the best to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shibu. So Toastmaster Shibu assiduous in evaluating Toastmaster Abdurrahman. So let me invite Toastmaster Sunil, veteran Toastmaster, to evaluate Toastmaster Raju Maharolia. So Toastmaster Sunil, the podium is yours.
Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and Toastmaster Raju Maharolia in particular. What a catchy opening. Especially if you mention names like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Einstein. And he's not stopped there. He went on to connect all of us with that name. Then he tried to, compare ourselves with all these successful people we come across in our life. And finally, he's saying time management. Then he taken us how they were become successful. There is nothing magic, but just because of time management. It was a great opening by Toastmaster Raju Maharolia for a project like Connect with your audience. Then he has given some statistics for the attention seeking in a different time scales. Then he went on to explain ADHD, attention deficiency hyper disorder, if I am not wrong, And he given good examples like time killers, which we knowingly or unknowingly participating, which is killing our time. Instead, we have to be specific and don't involve in that are not relevant to us. These are the techniques he explained for time management. And start doing exercise. And then he went on to, engage all the audience, asking to do some exercise, some kind of, activity that is, especially it is contrary to all our belief that there was an era, maybe around 5-10 years before, all the HR people were saying that we need to have a multitasking skills. But he proved that multitasking, it is just an euphoria only. It's not going to happen. So he explained all this. It's very well connected with so that he could connect with the audience, absolutely in tandem with the project objectives. And again, I noticed that, his confidence level was excellent. That is something which I noticed. Again, we all should know how that is, because I felt that there was, there is assiduous preparation when behind this speech. That's what he could, demonstrate that confidence level. So anything we prepare, we will automatically become confident. And he presented with great enthusiasm. He engaged the audience, and all that is good for the project objectives. And there are a couple of only improvement area which I could say is that he could have improved on his vocal variety, not just same tone, but improved on vocal variety. It was a great project. All the best, Toastmaster Raju.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So once again, we had another wonderful assiduous evaluation of a speech. So let's get back to the reports, timing reports. Toastmaster Faisal, would you be kind enough to give us the timing reports for the both evaluations?
Yeah, good evening. Both evaluation I have counted the time. Toastmaster Shibut took 3 minutes 27 seconds, and Toastmaster Sunil took 3 minutes and 21 seconds. All are qualified to vote. Over to you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Very good. So let's get back to the other reports as well as part of our evaluation. So once again, Toastmaster Faisal is, you have too many roles today. And one of them is the word master, counting the number of words used by the report. Please, the podium is yours.
Yeah, good evening, Toastmaster of the day. I'm happy to see that it was using, and especially Toastmaster of the day I've used a couple of times, and Toastmaster Sunil is well placed this word in his evaluation, and Toastmaster Jagan also used 2 times, and despite we are improving. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Very good. Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal. So let's have the report on grammar and accounter. Toastmaster Abubakar, can we have the count on the grammarian and accounter reports? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Dijo. As a grammarian, I couldn't find much issues with the speakers and other participants, other Toastmasters. Where I can highlight only one thing, as Mr. Sunil highlighted, vocal variety. By Raju, I found that there are words said by him, imagine. It's not imagine, it is imagine. So those are the only words need to be corrected in his future speech. And when it comes to the counter, yeah, I observed a lot of filler sounds, especially I have recorded it, but I don't want to mention the names, but most of the participants today have used so many times. On average, I more than 5 times, many people use. And in future, this is the only part we need to focus on and get rid of the things. and will be more effective on communicating the speak, everything without using the fuller words. Thank you. The podium is yours, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abubakar. The podium will be back to you soon because you have one more role to fill, that is listening master. So you can have the questions. So we can test our skills, listening skills. Out to you, Toastmaster Abubakar.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Dijo. As a quizmaster, since we are running out of time, I don't want to ask too much of questions, but I'll go for the very important questions. During the introductory speech by Shibu, what was the 4 candles he highlighted? Can I repeat the question?
For what, sir?
Peace, trust, love, and hope.
Yeah, very good. And during did you speak or thought of the day, he mentioned the city. What is the city he mentioned?
It's
a
Syracuse.
Syracuse.
Yeah, it's a difficult
Yes,
name.
Yes, Greek.
Okay.
All right. And during Raju speaks, he highlighted 4 critical type of communication. Can we name the 4 type of communications?
For Toastmaster Abdurrahman's speech, that is.
Yeah, sorry, it's by Abdurrahman's speech.
So that's direct,
Initiative, supportive, and analytical.
All right. And during Manju's table topics, he was highlighting he want to spend more time on with whom?
Family.
That's
And
true for
the final question, it's only for the Yetimat people. During Mr. Shivu's table topics, he mentioned a lie on time. Can anyone highlight those lie what he told?
On hours.
Yes.
We can close sharp 2:30.
Yes, absolutely.
Big lie
I
for
never see him leaving at sharp 2:30 any single day.
But I am better. I'm leaving at least by 4. Before it was like night 10, 11 like.
All right, okay. Okay, that's all my questions, and I believe and observe like people were so listen towards the speech entire this day, and once again I appreciate everyone. And the podium is yours, Toastmaster of the day, Diju.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abubakar. Now, without much ado, let me invite Toastmaster Pradeep for evaluating the entire session. Toastmaster Pradeep, it's your podium is all yours.
Oh, okay. You can hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters, once again. Today, it was a special meeting. Why I say the 327th Kera meeting is a special meeting, because we are privileged to have 2 VIPs. One is Area Director Toastmaster Lizzie, who attended the meeting, entire meeting, and also she participated in table topics. Similar way, very happy to see our very dynamic past president, Toastmaster Vimalan, also participating, and also he took part in table topic session. So because of that, I am telling that today we had a very special meeting. And the meeting started spot on time at 7 o'clock. Sajenda Tams called for the meeting to order at exact 7 o'clock. And thought of the evening was also delivered by Palichami. He talked about a very inspiring story about Buddha. And word of the evening was presented by Toastmaster Faisal Rahman. And one good thing I noticed, he also explained how it is to be pronounced. So he gave a lot of importance to pronunciation also. And also he was displaying as his background image, the word, and also how to use it. And that was also displayed throughout as his background. And grammarian role was performed by Toastmaster Abu Bakr. He had multiple roles. He also did the role of accounter. So he explained both the roles properly, and also he contributed effectively. And one thing I would like to point out improvement, that the back of our agenda, I think we are preparing, we are writing Wordmaster and Grammarian together, the role script, no? So that I think we need to change it, because many of time, like today also, the Wordmaster and Grammarian were different. So we need to keep it separately. And timer role was, again, it was multiple role by Faisal Rahman. Timer role was performed by Toastmaster Faisal Rahman. It was done in a very good way. Quizmaster, listening master role, again, Toastmaster Abu Bakr. He did a very interesting quizzing session at the end of the session. And we had Zoom masters also, Toastmaster Shibu and Toastmaster Faisal. They also did a good job. They were focusing, like when the project speakers were speaking, and their focus was on both the speaker as well as the timer. And we had two wonderful speeches by Toastmaster Abdul Rahman. He was talking about communication styles. And Toastmaster Raju Mehrulia, he was talking about time management. Both the speeches were evaluated very well by Toastmaster Shibu Varghese and Toastmaster Sunil Kumar. So both of them did a very good evaluation. They found out whether the speakers' project objectives are met or not. And one thing I would like to say, whenever we evaluate, we need to be, the evaluation should be in an encouraging way. I felt Toastmaster Shivu was a little harsh. So maybe we should, use the sandwich style. We should start with maybe positive points, then some improvement points, then it should be followed by positive points. So it should be in an encouraging way. And table topics was conducted by Toastmaster Jagan. He conducted it in a very interesting way. Yeah, like 1 to 7 numbers, the speakers can select the number, and then each number has an associated subject. And one very good thing I noticed, even the table topics had a theme today. So it was again time management. That is very good. And topics were also very interesting, like how do you prioritize time, health, money, and knowledge, and also whether you are a morning person or night person. So those topics were also very interesting. And one important thing I would like to point out during online meeting, because online meeting itself has inherent limitations. So we should make it a point that when we are in an online meeting, we should keep the camera on, because offline meeting itself has a lot of limitations, and if we keep the camera switched off, then it was further limiting. I was seeing, Manjush, when you were speaking, the camera was off. And coming to the TMOD, we had a very wonderful meeting. The great effort by Toastmaster of the day, Diju Thomas. So he called every participant. He called me also, and because of that, we have a good strength. And one very interesting thing I noticed, he was talking about a story about Archimedes, and how he, while he was explaining that story, Eureka story, he connected each part of that story with the roles. Like initially, he was telling there is a problem, and to solve the problem, we need to have some sort of thinking. So he connected with that thought of the day. Then when there is a problem, the boss will assign it to someone, so roles. Then he was talking about roles, and he requested all the role players to explain the roles. Like that, it was he connected it with that story, all roles. and it was conducted in a very interesting way. And also at the end, he was talking Archimedes, I don't know, Archimedes, yeah, discovered how to evaluate whether the crown is made up of pure gold or not. Then he switched on to the evaluation session. So it was done in a very interesting way. Let us give a big round of applause to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Diju Thomas. With this, I think I covered all the role players. I didn't miss anyone. So with this, I conclude my general evaluation session. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Diju Thomas.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pradeep. Thank you for your valuable and positive comments. Also, we acknowledge that the points for improvement, things like that, the script needs to be amended. Yes, we will certainly do that in the next one. And all the other comments we have noted. Thank you. We really appreciate your comments. And now let's get back to the Eureka moment of Archimedes. The moment when he realized the solution to his problem. When we spend time pondering hard about a specific problem, the solution will come to us. It will dawn upon us. And that moment is the most precious time in our life. No psychedelic drugs can give you ecstasy like that. Consider those problems as opportunities and grab them at the earliest. Experience the Eureka moments again and again. And that is my message to you all Toastmasters. With that, let me hand over the podium to the President for presenting the award and closing. Over to you, Toastmaster Shibu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Diju, for conducting such a wonderful session today. I am sure everybody might have enjoyed today's session. Before I continue with the session, I would like to ask Toastmaster Lissi Shingare, do you have to have any further message? You want a couple of minutes more or?
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Shibu, for giving me the opportunity to attend your meeting. And it was a really interesting meeting. It's a real good number. Congratulations to all of you for making it after a day's work. I was thinking first whether it is 7 or 8, but it's hats off to you all after a hard day's work coming here in. And I just want to reiterate that members, you all can please go into the pathways and show completion of your projects, because I think you all have already made up 3 points. You can make up more. I can see you all giving speeches. So please go and to pathways. Toastmaster Shibu, you can assign somebody to help the newcomers also to complete on the pathway so that the VP education can show how many of them have completed. So there you can make up your points and get distinguished or even selected distinguished. I'm sure some of you might have completed your project 5 also, but it doesn't show. So that is the only thing. And one more thing was that our division N will be revamped because of geographical thing. And so we had 6 clubs under division area 44. Now we'll have only 5 clubs under area 44 from July 2023. So that's the only thing. And we will be divided into 2 parts now, which was 105 and 127. So Abu Dhabi will come under 105, Dubai will go under 127. So this is a revamping that is going to take place. So that's all. And continue your good work. All the best. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lissi, for your kind words and informative words. So now let us move on to declare the winners of today's speeches. We have Toastmaster Raju Maharolia as the best speaker under the project session. Congratulations, Toastmaster Raju Maharolia. Let us unmute and give him a big round of applause. He has given such a wonderful speech today.
Thank you very much.
Now we have table topics. We have our guest, Toastmaster Manjush, as the winner of today's table topics. And evaluation speech, we have Toastmaster Sunil. Let's give a big round of applause to Sunil. Thank you all once again. Just a request, humble request, please attend all the upcoming meetings as well as renew your membership. Toastmaster Raju is in charge of renewing this one. Please contact him, please pay the dues, and let us try to have all the members membership renewed by 15th of March. As Toastmaster Lizzie has rightly said, we already have 3 DCP points, and we are working really hard to get all the remaining points to at least qualify to the distinguished club. That is the reason why we have selected speakers who are on level 2 and level 3. Hopefully in the next few months, we will be crossing that limits, and we'll even try to achieve the select distinguished club status. With that, wishing all a very good evening, and let me declare 327th meeting as closed.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Right, everyone.
Night, everybody.